Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna talk about the weapon inaccuracy of all the weapons. In last video I talked about the weapon inaccuracy of the deagle and what happens when you jump or stand still and how long it takes, and in this video I'm gonna quickly show all the pistols and the heavy weapons. All the other weapons will come in the next video, which I'll upload tomorrow. But I will show all the pistols and the heavy weapons, what the inaccuracy is when running, when jumping, and so you can sort of get a feeling for it. That's the most important part. I do recommend that you watch the previous video first, because that goes a little bit slower, and in this video I'm gonna go a little bit faster through the weapons, because otherwise it takes way too much time. So first of all, running inaccuracy with the starting pistols is a little bit bigger than I would have expected, but as you can see, it's not that reliable of a headshot if you're running. Of course, when you stop running it is. Long range, the starting pistols are quite accurate, and I must say the starting pistols are about the same. When running, long range, USPS and P2000 are the same, and the Glock as well. It's really... accuracy seems to be the same. Of course, the amount of bullets that they can carry and the damage is the big part. Is not the same, but the accuracy is the same. Of course, when I go burst mode with Glock, it gets much bigger, and then when you shoot, it kind of goes all over the place. It's only the first bullet, I think, that goes in the square, and then the rest of the bullets can go anywhere. So yeah, burst mode, really nice. What's next? 5.7. 5.7 has a bit bigger inaccuracy when running, which is something that surprised me. And then also quite a bit bigger inaccuracy when crouching or aiming long range. So that's something you really have to take into account. The 5.7 is not as good long range. As you can see, this is unreliable to take a shot at this range with the 5.7, even when playing against other pistols, because somebody with a Glock will easily out-aim you from that distance. Same goes for the P250. I think it's about the same as the 5.7, but bigger than the starting pistols, and certainly bigger than I would expect. Oh, and jumping. I totally forgot to jump. Jumping is the same for all the pistols. It's kind of boring, but it goes bigger, but not insanely big. So that means if you're fighting close range, you can probably take a shot at somebody. And it resets kind of quickly on all the pistols, which I just went over. Duels, also bigger in accuracy than I thought when running. Long range, it seems to be a little bit more accurate than the more other expensive pistols that I talked about, like the P250 and the 5.7, but still kinda inaccurate. But of course you have 30 bullets, so who needs accuracy? CZ, running inaccuracy is bigger than the 5.7, bigger than the P250, something that I didn't expect. And then the range inaccuracy of the CZ is huge. It's I think you can kind of compare it to the 5.7, I'm not sure. But then the thing I want to say about it, I'm not going to go into exact details because I don't know the numbers, but this is the square where bullets can hit. So you have to take that into account when you're fighting, like, and when you're standing. When you're standing, it's even bigger. It's not reliable to go into a gunfight at this range with a pistol, or with a 5.7 for that matter. Because if you do, I mean, the chance of hitting is quite low. Tech 9. Yeah. So when you run, the Tech 9 is accurate. Who would have thought? But it is. When you crouch, it's not accurate. It's really inaccurate long range. It's like almost nothing happens to the square when you run or crouch or whatever. It's just always the same. When you jump, it gets big like normal pistols. So it's not better to shoot with a Tech 9 when jumping. Maybe a little bit, but not super significantly compared to the other pistols at least. So the deagle, you all saw that in the previous video, which I asked you to watch. It's inaccurate when running, really inaccurate. It's inaccurate when jumping, but then when you crouch, it gets really accurate. So that's nice. Revolver, the most inaccurate and the most accurate pistol. When I would right click at this moment, the bullet can go anywhere in this square. So that's why you see people miss all the time when they right click. If I left click, however, you can see the square gets really small. And then it's really accurate. The important thing to take into account, though, the same applies as with the deagle. When I jump and then try to go for the aimed shot, for like the accurate shot, it isn't accurate anymore. So as you can see, this square stays really big. So even when waiting a little bit of time, it's still a big square. So you have to be careful. Right, moving on. Shotguns. This one. Where am I gonna stand? Here. So shotguns, as you can see, the inaccuracy is about as big as the doorway. The Mag 7 is right in the middle. The Nova is more accurate. The auto shotgun is more accurate as well. Like compared to the Nova, I think they're about the same. And the sawed-off is inaccurate, more inaccurate than the other two shotguns. When jumping, however, the sawed-off stays relatively the same. It of course gets a little bigger, but it's not that significant. Not that big of an increase. When crouching, almost nothing happens. Same goes for the Mag 7. When jumping, the inaccuracy is kind of the same. Nova is not that good when jumping. As you can see how big the square gets a lot bigger. But when standing still, it's a bit more accurate. And the same goes for the auto shotgun. When jumping, the square gets a lot bigger, so it isn't as reliable when jumping as the Mag 7 or the sawed-off. Now, Negev, if you have 15 rounds and a lot of money, you might buy this weapon. It's really inaccurate. Also, when crouching, I thought the accuracy of the first bullet would be better than this one, but it isn't. It's as inaccurate as one of the pistols, so it's not that good. Running, of course, everybody runs and guns with it. Inaccurate. Same goes for this one. It's, I think, maybe a little bit more accurate on long range, but running, the square is, I think, a little bigger. Just really inaccurate weapons and really expensive and not used. Last thing I want to show you is that there is a point where the distance gets too big for shotguns to actually hit a person. Like literally the bullets won't hit the person. And I don't know where it is, probably over here. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. So this is the distance. If I shoot at the wall now, the bullets won't hit. That means if there is a person standing there and I'm shooting with the sawed-off, I will never be able to kill him. And this distance is so incredibly small that I just can't imagine. It feels so counterintuitive, it's insane. But as you see, if I stand a little closer, all my bullets hit. So that's just with the sawed-off. With the Mag 7, the range gets a lot bigger. So here we go. So it's kind of, this is the range. This is the range where I would say, why are you having a shotgun in this gunfight? But of course, if you really want to make your opponent tilt, you might want to shoot him with a shotgun from this long range. And then if you stand further back, your bullets will do nothing again. And then the Nova and the auto shotgun, I just have a Nova here, can shoot at any range, or at least any range that I could find at overpass. So long enough, I would say. Yeah, last thing, the shotgun of course shoots little bullets, pellets I think it's what they're called, and the group of pellets can land anywhere within the square, but they still kind of group up. So that means that if your first pellet or whatever hits, then the others are more likely to hit as well, because like they kind of clump together. I can show that really quick, hopefully. Yeah, so this is client side and server side, and as you can see there's a big difference between them because the square got so big. They still group up. So that was it. Subscribe, like, give feedback, leave a comment, I don't know. Come back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll have the other video, and I'll see you later. Bye.